Hello, everybody. This is Gertrude Mache in beautiful Melbourne, Australia. And I am coming to you today during the Unstuck Summit, presenting on the topic of the power of your environment and how to create a space for success. Now, why did I pick this topic at this pivotal moment in time? My inspiration for this topic is that we are starting out on a new year. And a lot of times when you're starting out the year, you feel a little bit stuck. You're not sure how to achieve your goals in the 2024 year ahead of you. And so I thought I would share some of my insights on getting unstuck and how to create a space for success. So that was the source of inspiration for me. So, how do you define a successful environment? I feel that there are many specific elements that can be universally important to understand. My definition of a successful environment can appeal to your work environment, your natural environment, or your learning environment. It can be all of the aspects of your life. But let me touch on a few of these aspects and how they could relate to you right now. So the first aspect I want to touch on is sustainability. An environment that can maintain its resourcefulness and its resources and functionality over time without depleting its assets is often considered successful. This applies to the natural environment that you're working in as business and in social settings as well. Safety and health are another issue of your environment that is crucial. An environment that ensures that the physical and psychological well-being of its inhabitants or occupants is crucial. This includes aspects like a nice, clean air and water, safe working conditions, and a supportive social structure. Efficiency and productivity is affected if you're not in a safe environment. In many contexts, particularly in business and industry, an environment that facilitates efficient and productive operation is considered as being successful. This would involve optimized processes, effective use of resources, and minimalization of waste. Then we can look at adaptability and resilience. The ability to adapt to changes and recover from setbacks is a key factor or characteristic of a successful environment. This resilience can pertain to ecosystems, communities, businesses, and other systems around you as well. As you know, I am a DEI consultant, and diversity and inclusion is a very, very big part of creating an environment that embraces diversity and provides inclusive opportunities for all the members to participate and to contribute. This is often more innovative, creative, and homogeneous environments to create success. Quality of life is another factor to consider. In a broader sense, an environment that enhances the quality of life of its inhabitants or participants, particularly opportunities for growth, satisfaction, and happiness, is often deemed as successful. Having balance and harmony is absolutely crucial, especially in the natural and social environments. A balance between the various elements, especially your ecosystem, the different interests in the community, and harmony around them is a sign for success. What about taking into consideration ethical and moral considerations? Environments that operate on ethical principles and respect moral considerations tend to have a long-term success and a more general and more respected and trusted space. In learning and development, environments that foster learning, personal development, and growth are often considered successful, particularly if you're in the education or professional contexts. And then the last thing I think you need to consider is the community and the relationship building. The ability to build and maintain positive relationships and a sense of community is a key aspect of many successful environments. So each of these elements can be weighed differently depending on the specific goals and contexts of the environment in question. Another aspect that I would like to look at are what are some of the particular strategies that individuals can employ to transform their current environment into a space that is more conducive for success. So, in transforming your current environment into a more conducive space for success, involves a combination of physical, psychological, and organizational strategies. And here are some practical approaches that you can take. Organize and declutter. This starts off with organizing your physical space. A clean, well-organized environment can boost both productivity and reduce stress. Declutter your workspace or living area to create a more focused and effective environment. So at the beginning of 2024, or the beginning of every one of my years, this is the first thing that I do. I start off with the worst place, which is my wardrobe. I go through my clothes and I pull out those clothes that I haven't worn in the last 3 months, and they go into a bag that I donate to charity. How many times do you buy stuff, things that hover around your living and your workspace that you never actually use? So my starting point is my wardrobe. I get rid of all of the clothes that I don't actually use. I then go to my desk and make sure that the space around me is attractive and nice enough for me to actually want to come and work in that space. I'm now working from home, and since COVID, a lot of you are also doing the same thing. So, what are you doing about your work environment and making it conducive so that you want to get up in the morning and be productive? So, create a positive atmosphere can be enhanced by putting certain elements in your space. This can include natural light, plants, comfortable furniture, and an inspirational decor. The goal is to create a space that uplifts your mood and motivation. The next thing that I think is really important to look at in this aspect is establishing boundaries. If you're working from home or living in a shared space, it's important to set clear boundaries. Designate a specific area for work, for relaxation, and other activities to help maintain focus and reduce distractions. Now, as you know, I am very, very passionate about health and wellness. So, how can you optimize for health and comfort? Ensure that your environment is ergonomically supportive. This means buying an ergonomic chair, a comfortable chair to sit in, a desk that is at the right height, and computer screens that are positioned to reduce strain. Also, maintain a comfortable temperature in the room that you're working, and a good air supply is absolutely crucial. Now, let's go on to some more practical things that you can take into consideration. And these can involve the implementation of a time management system and techniques that can help you. My life is organized through my calendar. If something is not in my calendar, it doesn't exist. So use tools like calendars and planners. And now there are some really effective apps that can manage your time effectively. Techniques like the Pomodoro technique or time blocking can help maximize productivity. Then, what about mindset? Fostering a growth mindset, I think, is absolutely crucial to your success. Cultivate an environment that encourages learning, personal development, like I mentioned before. This can include access to educational material, creating a reading corner, or setting up a small area for practicing a hobby or a skill. Also, encouraging open communication. In a shared environment, whether it be at home or at work, fostering open and respectful communication is absolutely key. This involves actively listening to others, sharing your thoughts and feedback constructively, and encouraging collaboration. Okay, now let's incorporate relaxation and wellness areas. Areas that are dedicated to relaxation and mindfulness activities like your meditation, your yoga, or simply sitting in a quiet nook for taking breaks. This can help in managing stress and maintaining your mental health. So, what I've done in my workspace is I get up every hour and I step. I actually do some walking in the room that I'm working every single hour. As you know, they're saying that sitting is the next smoking. Sitting is as bad as smoking right now because we are so sedentary. We're staying in one place the whole day. So make sure that you are getting up and doing some exercise in between as well. Now let's look at how you can use technology wisely. Leverage technology to enhance your environment. This could include using apps for organization, like I mentioned before, noise canceling headphones to reduce distractions, and smart devices to control the lighting and temperature in the work environment where you're working. Another very important thing is to set clear and concise goals. Make sure you set them and visualize your success. It's also important to define what success looks like for you in this environment. Use visual tools like a vision board or goal charts, or set your objectives in sight and stay motivated. You have to see it every day in your work environment. Community is something that is crucial, especially now that most of us are working from home. You can create a virtual supportive community around you with people who support and inspire you. This means joining online communities, participating in local physical groups, or simply maintaining regular contact with mentors and peers. Lastly, regularly review and adjust. So nothing is set in stone. Periodically access your environment and be open to making changes. As your goals and needs evolve, you too should be changing your environment. So, by implementing these strategies, people can significantly enhance their environment, making it more conducive to achieving their goals and finding success as well. So now let's look at what are some of the challenges that people face when trying to create a successful environment, and how can you overcome these obstacles? Number one, resistance to change. The challenge is that we often resist changing our familiar surroundings or routines, even if these changes are beneficial to us. So, the solution is to simply start small. Manage changes to gradually build confidence and demonstrate the positive impact of these adjustments. Another thing that can be a challenge is the lack of resources. Limited funds, limited time, or physical space can hinder the efforts to improve an environment. The solution is to prioritize changes that offer the most significant benefit with resources that are available. Being creative in finding low cost or no cost solutions, like rearranging your furniture, buying a step like what I did so I can step on and off it every hour to keep myself active. Utilizing digital tools like apps for organization. The next thing that is a challenge is distractions or lack of focus. External distractions and internal lack of focus can disrupt the efforts to create a productive environment. A good solution to this is to identify the specific distractions. It could be children, it could be your husband, it could be your dog or your cat, and actively work to minimize them. This might include setting strict boundaries, a routine to go out of the room and check in on your family, your kids, or your pets, using those noise canceling headphones, or designating specific time for focused work. The next challenge is the difficulty of maintaining consistency. It's often challenging to maintain new habits or to keep an environment organized over time. The solution is to develop routines and habits that support the new environment. Use reminders and schedules to maintain consistency, and don't be too hard on yourself. Occasionally, you will slip up. We are all human. What about overwhelm and decision fatigue? The challenge is that the process of redesigning an environment and making decisions can be overwhelming. The solution is to break down the process into smaller, more manageable tasks. Make one decision at a time and give yourself permission to take breaks. That is absolutely imperative. Another challenge is the lack of a clear vision or goal. Without a clear understanding of what you want to achieve, it can be hard to create an environment that supports these goals. The solution is to spend time reflecting on your objectives and to make a successful environment and to what a successful environment means to you. Set clear, achievable goals to guide your efforts. They say that if you set a ship on a course in the sea without a destination, will it ever get there? The answer is no, it won't. So unless you've set a goal of where you're going, you will never get to that destination. Now let's look at another challenge of balancing the different needs in shared spaces. So this is having an office at home, and balancing the needs can be very, very tricky. So communicate openly with the people that you're sharing the space with. Also understand their needs and find compromises that work for all the parties involved. Challenge number 8, inadequate knowledge or skills. So you might lack the necessary knowledge or skills to create your desired environment. Solution is to set out and look for resources like books, online courses, or advice from experts. Learning from others who have successfully created similar environments can be invaluable. The ninth challenge is procrastination and just a lack of motivation all around. Putting off tasks or lacking the drive to start can hinder your progress. Solution, and I will keep reiterating this, set small, achievable goals to build that momentum and celebrate the little victories to boost your motivation. Find an accountability partner can help as well in the process. What about the physical limitations? Physical constraints of space can limit the options for redesigning or reorganizing. A solution is to focus on what you can change. Sometimes just simply rethinking the use of the space or being creative with storage and layout can make a significant difference when experiencing these constraints. So by recognizing these challenges and employing strategic solutions, you can be more effectively creative and maintain an environment that's conducive to your success and to your well-being. So lastly, I want to touch on a very, very specific topic, and that is emotional and the mental aspects, and to discuss how these impact on one's environment, on your drive for success. So your environment is one in which you operate to get profound impact on a mental and an emotional well-being level. And this can lead to the success of everything you're trying to do. This relationship is multidimensional and can be understood through several key aspects. So number one, stress and anxiety levels. An environment that is chaotic, noisy, or overly demanding can heighten stress and anxiety. This constant state of tension can lead to burnout, reducing motivation and drive for success. Conversely, a calm and supportive environment can lower those stress levels, leading to a better mental health and increased motivation. Number two, your mood and emotional state. Environments that are poorly lit, cluttered, are unpleasing and can negatively impact your mood and lead to feelings of depression and lethargy. An environment that is well lit, organized, and visually appealing can boost your mood, create a more productive outlook, which is conducive to your success. Number three is focus and concentration. Distracting environments make it difficult to concentrate, leading to decreased productivity and hindering progress towards your goals. So, any environment that minimizes distractions promotes better focus, allowing for a more effective work and progress towards success. Creativity and problem solving is next. A static and unstimulating environment can stifle creativity and hinder problem-solving abilities. Environments that are dynamic, diverse, and rich in stimulation can enhance your creativity and the ability to think outside the box, critical components in success in many fields. Next, your motivation and energy levels. Environments that are not uplifting or oppressive can sap energy and motivation and make it difficult to pursue the goals vigorously. So an inspiring and energizing environment can boost your motivation and provide that drive that's needed to tackle challenges and pursue success. Social influence and collaboration. The presence or absence of supportive relationships in one's environment greatly affects your emotional state and drive for success. Isolation can lead to lack of motivation and decreased mental health. Collaborative and supportive social environments can provide encouragement, inspiration, and valuable feedback, fueling that drive for success as well. Having control and autonomy. An environment that feels restrictive or mismanaged can lead to a decreased sense of autonomy, negatively impacting your mental health. And an environment where individuals feel in control and autonomous fosters greater job satisfaction, well-being, and motivation. And lastly, it's all about work-life balance. Environments that don't support a healthy work-life balance can lead to mental and emotional exhaustion, reducing the overall effectiveness and success. An environment that promotes balance encourages individuals to recharge, maintain your mental health and wellness, and your motivation as well. So I hope I have brought to you a few little tips on how you can go about improving your environment and setting yourself up for success. And I'm going to reiterate, prioritize your mental and physical health first. That is absolutely crucial. Number two, be adaptable to change. Be open to feedback and willing to make changes. Number three, sustainability. Consider the environmental impact of your space. Implementing green practices like recycling, energy saving measures, and sustainable material can contribute to a healthier environment. And lastly, technology integration. Use technology wisely to enhance your efficiency and convenience, and also be mindful of its potential distractions and the importance of a digital detox. So thank you so much to Jan Fraser for inviting me to be a part of this amazing conference. My apologies for not being there this morning. I live in Australia and got the time difference completely wrong, but I'm glad I've had the opportunity to present to you today so that you can get unstuck and detox your life for success in 2024. So this is Gertrude Mache in beautiful Melbourne, Australia. Have a fantastic day, morning, or evening, wherever you are in the world, and bye for now.